losses in their 2 years. Ball's in the air, and the tap is won by North Texas, and they will move from right to left as we're underway here from the Star in Frisco. Winner moves to the semifinals. Goodhart on the baseline as La Tech will play man-to-man defense. Brittany Smith wheeling on the right-hand side for Goodhart. Still up high. Ball handling is Smith. Takes it into the foul line up top. It's Bradley penetrating in. Bump by Malone. Draws contact and a foul, and she'll shoot two.
Trying to split two defenders on the right side. A very patient attack, but again, North Texas wants to get out to a quick start offensively. If you're going to do that, Bradley's going to have to be a part of it. She'll make a trip to the line looking to crack the first points of this game.
Bradley to shoot two. 83% foul shooter on the year. Buries the first. North Texas with the first points of this one.
First team All-Conference USA. She's gone over 20 points 16 times. And, of course, she had a huge game at Florida International. Drilled 9 consecutive three-pointers.
Yeah, not just 9 three-pointers in the game. 9 straight. And her offensive game has gone to the next level this year. 2-0 is the early lead for North Texas. In the corner, a long three put up there by Anthony. It's no good. Offensive rebound, though, for Louisiana Tech. Malone in the lane, puts it back up and in. Alexus Malone with the putback.
Cleaver doing a great job keeping the possession alive with that rebound in traffic.
A lot of size underneath for Louisiana Tech with Cleaver and Malone. It's going to make them tough to handle. And Michaela Buckner is going to have a pretty tough chore down low inside against those two bigs. Mims on the weave, up high for Buckner on the high block. Feeds a cutting Smith who lays it in.
North Texas finding a nifty way to get some traffic going their way with the back door coming in from the right side. And the quick start so far, holding up for North Texas. Going up against a formidable Louisiana Tech program that really rolled into the postseason. Winners of 5 of their last 6.
This is a red-hot Louisiana Tech team. Off a screen, it's Anthony. Passes up the three. They'll go up top. Lang penetrating in. Just handles it. Malone picks it up. Goes down low for Cleaver. Up with the left hand. It's no good. And there for the rebound is Bradley.
Good seal off that time by Bradley against Cleaver's long body.
Bradley going to take the step back three. Misses badly. I don't think her feet were set really on that possession. Quickly the other way, it's Anthony. Right side, Stolley. A deep three. Yes! She was the difference in the first matchup with a late three that gave Louisiana Tech some breathing room. And she hits a big one here.
Well, you want to force her to become a ball handler and a driver, not let the 10 toes to the rim shooter get that kind of a look, and she dropped it down with authority from the wing.
83rd three of the year. She hits almost 45% from behind the arc, so she just does not need much room to knock it down and low. And Buckner travels inside. Good defense played by Cleaver, and that's a turnover.
Well, it's that little swing move as the post tries to square it up, and as she does so, moving those feet, huffing and puffing already, trying to get back down the floor and get set defensively.
1 point lead for Louisiana Tech early in this game. In the corner, it's Malone. She'll take a three. It's short, no good. Bradley down with the rebound for the Mean Green. You don't mind Alexus Malone taking threes. She's hit 10 of them on the year, but her game's down low. And Mims traveled with it again. Another unforced error on North Texas.
Well, it's a case perhaps of North Texas being just a bit too aggressive. They know what they want to do, but they're one step ahead of getting there, and that's back-to-back trips down where they've turned it over. Jaylee Mitchell trying to clap and give a little encouragement to her team.
Trying to settle them down a little bit. North Texas has been a little bit too quick on the trigger on some of these possessions. Underneath, Cleaver misses it down low. Loose ball, battle for. And coming away with the rebound is Buckner.
Excellent job by Buckner getting position with the block out, playing with her hands high.
Quickly to the way Smith leans in, scores it, and she's fouled. Got the foul on Lang, got the position, will get the and one.
Boy, that's a quick leak out, and Brittany Smith knew the second she released it that the contact was coming, and she also knew she had an and one coming. Look at this. Protects the ball with her left shoulder and then forces it off. And a trip to the line and cap off a nice drive.
It was not easy for Brittany Smith to just not only keep her composure, but just find a way to muscle that one in. Free throws up, rattles around and out, no good. Bradley battling for the loose ball and comes away with the offensive rebound for North Texas. She'll keep the handle alive, step back, take the 17-footer and hit.
Well, that's the kind of possession you might forget about late in the game, but if this game is close, think of plays like that to keep a possession alive that you really didn't think you'd get, and then just a confident shot.
Basically a 4-point possession right there for North Texas. The offensive rebound and the second chance point. And a 3-point lead for the Mean Green. Top of the key, it's Cleaver. Rotates it on the right-hand side for Lang. North Texas in a man-to-man look. Stolle wants a screen. Shot clock down to 5. Stolle will roll into the corner, takes it to the basket, and scores it off the glass. Nice little screen to give her space to score it.
Used all the space, curving it around to the left.
Quickly the other way, it's Mims driving on Cleaver. Kicks it in the corner. Goodhart catches and fires a 3 and hits.
Well, if Goodhart can get those kind of looks all day, she will certainly punish Louisiana Tech. They will account for her, I'm sure, a little bit better in the future, but that's an excellent use of getting the ball to the left corner.
Quick pace in the early going here. 11-7 the North Texas lead. Only 4 minutes gone here in this first quarter. Driving to the basket, Malone with the right hand. Gets that one to roll and drop. Alexus Malone really left unguarded that time. She's got 4 in the game.
Past 3 defenders, and she did it with ease.
2-point lead for the Mean Green. Goodhart, another catch and fire 3. Air ball. This time she wasn't set, and that one will go over to Louisiana Tech.
Well, you like her taking that shot and try to spray it down from either wing, but obviously she was trying to heat check after dropping the triple from the left corner on the previous possession.
Amber Dixon checks into the game for the first time for Louisiana Tech. Cleaver will get a breather. It's been a frenetic pace in the early going here. Louisiana Tech's got a fairly deep bench. The Stores got a lot of depth they like to use.
Well, and coming off the bye, they're more rested naturally.
Yep. They also might have a little bit of rust. But shouldn't take them too long to get in the flow of things. And there underneath, Michaela Buckner pokes it free, and Goodhart comes up with the loose ball. Nice low post defense.
And an indication these officials will let them play, because that's a play that many times is an over-the-back reach-in foul.
Smith on the wide side of the lane, up high for Bradley. Moves it with the left hand, hands off for Mims. Free throw line extended, she'll drive in, off-balance shot. Heel of the iron, no good. Buckner on the putback, misses it, and Malone comes away with a rebound. Kind of a point-blank second chance there for Buckner, but missed it.
Just right off the back of the irons.
Underneath, Whitney traveled with it, looking for contact when she shuffled the feet. They're excellent. And move into the semifinals. One of these teams will look to join them, along with UAB and potentially Western Kentucky or UTSA. Mean Green ball out of the timeout with a 2-point lead. The pass goes over to Bradley on the right side. Down low, it's Deja Terro's checked into the game with the left hand, misses the shot. There for the rebound is Whitney.
Second straight bucket at close range and just climbed off the back of the iron for the Mean Green.
Dixon runs the point for Louisiana Tech. She'll slide to the left and come back near the center court circle. Hand off for Anthony. North Texas still playing man defense. Anthony angling over to the right-hand side, looking it down low, lobs it. On the catch, it's Malone. Fronts, Deja Terrell dribbles it off on the leg, but it's off of Terrell. But with 5 on the shot clock from Louisiana Tech.
Deja Terrell plays with a chip sometimes. Good, solid defense there, and she doesn't mind when Malone tries to square up in the post.
Inbounds to Malone on the left. Layup no good, but she's fouled. And North Texas, you see Jaylee Mitchell a little bit exacerbated. How do you let Alexus Malone get that free on the inbound?
Well, you have to account for her at all times. When she snuck around to the top of the keyhole, peeled around to the left, and got down to the block. Frankly, a shot she should have made, given how productive she normally is around the rack, but she's at the free throw line.
Probably an and one is what she was thinking. 75% free throw shooter, however, and she nails the first. Good start for her in this one, 5 points. And you see that inbounds coming over late was Deja Terrell, who was called for that foul, and can't be late, trailing Alexus Malone.
And one of the things about Malone, as good as she's been, she will tend to force up shots when she gets tired. If you make her work, sometimes she's going to have a chance to miss at close range because of just running out of gas.
Makes them both, and we're tied at 11. 4 minutes to play in this first quarter. Terry O'Bradley head of the key. Hands off for Goodhart, who's got a 3 in this game. Falling down, is able to pass it off to Terrell. Mean Green weave it up high, but Terrell traveled with it. She stopped, didn't know what to do with the ball and stutter step.
Well, you got away with a curly kneel dribble by Goodhart, so that was fortunate in and of itself, and then that possession just looked like it was going nowhere. So some empty possessions for Jaylee Mitchell's ladies here after the quick start. A tie ball game, and you sense in a game that always has runs that right now Louisiana Tech has a chance to take some charge.
North Texas is 0 for the last 4, and they've gone almost 3 minutes without a bucket. Down low, it's Malone. Has it poked free, goes down to the floor, recovers it, hands it off to Anthony on the cut, and she lays it in.
She can play the point. She scores more from the wing, and that's where she brought that one in from.
Louisiana Tech in front now and driving in. Bradley carried it. She lost the handle, picked it back up, and carried it. And that's another turnover on North Texas. And Offensively, the Mean Green are struggling the last 3 to 4 minutes.
Yeah, sloppiness right now, certainly a concern of J. Lee Mitchell. She continues to extol her team from the bench, shouting out instruction. Meanwhile, you look at Brooke Storr on that bench. She reminds me so much, watching her coach, of Karen Aston now at Texas.
That's exactly what I was going to say. Yeah. She is a Karen Aston, not necessarily a disciple, but a lot like her. Driving to the basket, Dixon shot too strong, and over the back, that loose ball foul is going to go against Louisiana Tech, and it's going to be on Cleaver.
Yeah, that was pretty physical action down low. And taking it on the chin literally was Deja Terrell.
It's all right. Cleaver with the foul. 14 foul on Louisiana Tech, first on Cleaver. We get a look here at Dixon. A really good look at that little leaner going into the lane. Cleaver just trying to reach for that loose ball. It's called for the foul.
Terrell's going to come out after getting dinged up a little bit there.
Yeah, she went down pretty hard. Looks like she's okay. Strength coach Ricky LaFable there to meet her. Good to see Ricky back. 3 to go in this first quarter. 2-point lead for Louisiana Tech. On the drive to the basket, leaning in. Now that shot will fall for Adriana Henderson. She was able to muscle it up.
Yeah, determined drive that time, and she took it right into the teeth and then had the nice touch at the finish.
Hannah McLeod is in there for the first time. She's able to touch it up top for Dixon. Tied at 13. Louisiana Tech will weave it with Anthony. Works it over to McLeod. Open for three. She'll take it. Hits it. Hannah McLeod knocks it down, and that's a 3-point lead for Louisiana Tech.
Just dribble handoff offense until McLeod settles in on the right wing, and she's a confident shooter, especially from deep.
They've got some good long-range shooters, and McLeod is one of them, the 24th three of the year. Up top, it's Goodhart. Fires it down low. Buckner gets free and scores it with the left hand. She was able to shake away from Cleaver and score it.
Nice job by Buckner to make the catch and then realize she was in good position to switch to the left hand and tap it off the glass.
2 to go in this first quarter. 1-point lead for Louisiana Tech. Anthony fires it near sideline for Dixon. Driving in. Back to Cleaver. Drives. Loses the handle. Picks it back up. They'll reset it. Dixon, left side for Anthony. Shot clock at 2. Anthony, pull-up jumper, rattles out, no good. Rebound battled for, saved in by Mims. The Mean Green will have it.
Nice play by Trina Mims, but I think a little deflection on the shot perhaps by Lauren Holmes. Those two combined to keep the ball in possession of North Texas.
Mims trying to drive in off of Dixon. Can't get away from her, so swings it up top for Goodhart. Henderson with 9 on the shot clock, driving in, off-balance shot, off the glass and in, though. And Henderson gives North Texas the lead again.
She did not have much of an angle trying to penetrate from the left side, but again, nice touch and climbs it off the glass for another bucket.
4th lead change of this first quarter, a lot like the first game we saw. Pull-up jumper too strong there from Whitney. Rebound grabbed inside by North Texas, and a foul against Louisiana Tech.
Holmes in traffic, really having struggled to get past Amber Dixon, and then a collision on the other side. And
team foul number 5 on Louisiana Tech, and they're going to get Dixon on that foul. So this will be Holmes shooting 2. Texas in the bonus.
Well, what a fantastic young player in the Conference USA ranks, Lauren Holmes. She was an elite track athlete coming out of high school in Fayetteville. She had 9 high school championships in 3 different sports coming out of the high school ranks. And you can just look at her build and know she is just a qualified athlete at a number of things, especially basketball.
Does Carl Sheffield know about her?
I'm sure he does, yeah. And I'm sure J. Lee Mitchell is guarding against any other use of Lauren Holmes' time.
She hits them both and gives North Texas a 3-point lead again.
Remember the All-Frosh team.
And had 11 really important points yesterday in their win over Charlotte. Kiera Lang, a step back 3. That one misses off to the right. Buckner down with a rebound. Louisiana Tech's gone cold. And North Texas, meanwhile, on a 6-0 run over the last 90 seconds.
Good board numbers early on for Michaela Buckner.
About a 10-second separation between the shot and game clock for North Texas here. It'll be Smith angling over to the left. Up top for Holmes. Shot clock at 10. On the cut. Henderson driving in. Blocking foul will be called underneath, and that's going on Whitney. And Boy, you can see the frustration on both Scott and Brooke Storr. And if you look at the fouls, 6 fouls on Louisiana Tech, just 1 on North Texas, and I think that's really what they're upset about.
Well, if you get the early start from a North Texas perspective, you can settle in and start playing your kind of ball, and that's really what has happened coming out of this action in the first half.
Henderson makes the first free throw. North Texas is taking advantage of the opportunities at the line. They're 5 of 6 today.
Adriana Henderson, 1 more.
1 more coming. Henderson hits them both, and the lead is now 5 for North Texas, their largest of the day.
Adriana Henderson, the sophomore from Topeka, Kansas, has had a lot to say with this surge with 2 free throws.
Shot clock is off underneath Malone with 7 seconds, spinning against the double team, and she draws a lot of contact and a foul. The shot didn't go, but Malone will shoot 2. And the defense just collapsed on Malone, but she still found a way to hustle that one up.
That's just running right into the middle of the weed eater right there. You know you're going to get beat up, but she's big enough, durable enough to make a play inside the lane and almost scoop the shot up, which was impressive.
Buckner hit with the foul. It's her first, and Malone back at the line to shoot 2. 6 points and a rebound today. 2 for 2 from the stripe, and now 3 for 3. That ends an 8-0 run for North Texas, and it's 21-17.
Trying to put a little doubt in the mind of Louisiana Tech, a team that should have come in here with all sorts of confidence.
Cloud will check out. Anthony back in. Shot clock is off with 5.9 seconds left in this first quarter. High scoring affair here. The inbounds quickly into the front court with 2 seconds. A head fake. Holmes, jumper at the buzzer, rims out, no good. A little bit of a leaner. She had a good look though, but it didn't fall. But North Texas will take a 3-point lead in Louisiana Tech. Goes left to right. North Texas stays in that man look. As we had 4 lead changes in that first quarter. A deep 3 is no good there, and down with a rebound is Trina Mims for North Texas. And they'll bring it ahead. They lob inside for Buckner. Turns and fires and misses. She taps it alive, but it's corralled into traffic there by Lang.
Tough finishes at close range for Buckner, who's now 1 of 3 shooting.
Anthony rolling off a screen to the hole. Misses the layup, though, and the rebound. Lost out of bounds, and it's off of Louisiana Tech. Off of McDonald. It's mean green ball.
I think the fact that Louisiana Tech players are still going after that loose ball helped sell that
yeah,
to
McDonald
the officials.
didn't go after that ball. It could have been either way. It was kind of a bang-bang play.
So you figure, well, if they're still trying to get it, they must have touched it last. But I think that was a 50-50 ball at best.
The mean green with it, though, holding a 3-point lead. On the catch, it's Deja Terrell back to the basket at the foul line. Back to Terrio Bradley. Had 4 points in that first quarter. Mims weaving through traffic. Pull-up jumper from 10 hits. Trina Mims, her first hoop of the game. And it's a 5-point lead. And North Texas, now 6 different players, make that 7 who have scored in this game so far. Down low, McDonald, turn around in the low block, no good. Terrell down with a rebound. Here comes North Texas on the push, 3-on-3. Smith looks left, goes up top. All alone is Henderson for 3 and hits.
She's been big in this first half. Her drives early and now opening up and extending the defense. Wow.
9 in the game for Henderson. 8-point lead for North Texas.
And the blend of different weapons that you referenced a moment ago has been one of the differences for the Mean Green. They are finding different people to exploit holes in the defense.
7 different players on the score sheet for the Mean Green right now, and they lead it by 8. Shot clock winding down on Louisiana Tech. Lang with 4 on the shot clock. Lobs in the corner. Anthony driving and cannot do anything with it. Tried to pass out of it. Shot clock violation.
That's tough. When you catch them all in the corner, you don't see the shot clock, and I'm convinced she had no idea how close it was to evaporating. You go on the take left to right, but you still aren't seeing the shot clock and simply let it run out.
I almost wonder if Louisiana Tech might need a timeout to kind of settle things down here.
A little disjointed right now.
And North Texas has opened up their biggest lead of the afternoon. It's an 8-point lead. Under 8 to go before halftime. The Mean Green trying to advance to the semifinals of the conference tournament for the first time in nearly 2 decades. Into the paint, it's Henderson. He rotated on the perimeter. Bradley on the corner. Pull-up jumper from 12. It's short, no good. Terrell skying after the loose ball. It's still loose on the floor, and it's going to be a held ball between Terrell Bradley and McLeod, arrow with the mean green.
You always hear coaches talking about being aggressive, and the toughest team wins, winning the 50-50 balls. That's exactly what you've got right here. I traveled all season with Grant McCaslin and the Mean Green Men, and all he would say every game is, if we're tougher, we'll win. That's a toughness play right there.
Yep, gets him an extra possession here as well. The inbounds by Smith underneath the basket, goes to Terrell, back up to Smith, and Texas has set the offense, up by 8. Angle to the left. It's the junior from Dallas. Up top for Bradley. Got a defender in the air, driving in. Scoop shot up, no good, rolled out. And a rebound inside. We're going to have a loose ball foul away from it. It's against Louisiana Tech.
Yeah, Terrell Bradley getting the position underneath. She couldn't grab the rebound, but she's fouled from behind there because she got the rebound space. She owned the block out area.
Kiara Lang called for the foul. That's her second. And she's headed to the bench with those 2 fouls. And that's a big loss right there. She is not a big offensive player, but a very good defender out there. And she's on the bench with 2 fouls. The inbounds will go to Goodhart. Another fresh shot clock, and Louisiana Tech seems like they've been playing defense for about a minute on this possession. Bradley lobs underneath for Terrell. Got around the defense, scores it with the right hand.
Great pop up by Bradley, and she gets the dime on that entry. Well designed and well executed play.
10-point lead for North Texas. 7-0 to begin this second quarter. On the catch, it's McLeod at the foul line. Works it up high. Malone will take a 3. Hits it. Alexus Malone, not a three-point shooter, but that's her 11th of the year, and that'll stop the run. Make it a 7-point lead again.
Pretty big bucket to settle things down for a Louisiana Tech team that needed some stabilizer.
Hadn't scored in this quarter until that basket. Now they're in a 2-3 zone for the first time this afternoon, so we'll see how this works and how North Texas responds.
You can shoot your way out of a zone or you can attack it. Let's see if North Texas decides to go inside.
Smith will penetrate in. Foul line jumper's too strong. Rebound cleared by McLeod.
And if you're Louisiana Tech, that's what you want.
Yep.
Force a shot that maybe isn't the high percentage.
Anthony underneath for Cleaver, and she's fouled. Nice dish there, and Cleaver will shoot 2.
Terrell trying to get there in time, but can't. So with the big reach out, she gets called for the reach in. So
Cleaver will shoot 2. We saw Charlotte yesterday play a lot of zone against North Texas. And I had a feeling that Louisiana Tech was going to break it out eventually, and they have. As Cleaver hits the first one.
Yeah, good change of pace right there. And that's what coaches do. They're looking at different pockets of time to make switches. Here you see the foul, and certainly Terrell got her money's worth on the hack there.
Well, and a good person to send to the line because Cleaver's a 36% foul shooter. She's made the first. Misses the second, and Bradley's down with a rebound. So it's a 6-point lead for North Texas. Louisiana Tech back in the zone. It's Goodhart on the right. Bradley will set up in the middle. And Goodhart will drive it on the right and score it from about 15. And that's what you do. You attack it inside, and Goodhart knocks the jumper down.
Well, she's known as a 3-baller, but she also scores on blow-bys and the mid-range jumper that we just saw right there.
8-point lead again for North Texas. McLeod trying to feed it underneath to Dixon. It was knocked free, but Dixon's able to recover it. Shot clock at 10 as Dixon wheeling in, dealing, and misses a wild shot in the lane, and down with the rebound is North Texas. On the push, Henderson quickly in front court to Bradley, looking for room, cut off there. Move it on the right to Goodhart. Bradley on the left, penetrating in, attacking the zone, up in the right hand, whistle, offensive foul. Bradley out of control a little bit, and Cleaver set underneath.
Had the ball moved over to the right hand, but looked like might have used the left forearm to clear out. So not getting that call.
And anytime you see any elbow extended, more times than not, the officials are going to call that offensive.
Yeah, they're going to err on the side of caution every time, out of concern for player welfare, so it's understandable.
8-point lead for North Texas. That was the first foul on Bradley. Cleaver moves it left for Anthony. Passes up to 3. Instead will take a screen from Cleaver. And moves it over to McLeod. Underneath, Malone can't handle that low pass, and it's out of bounds. Turnover, Louisiana Tech. That'll bring us to a timeout on the floor and another turnover. And you see some frustration. Looks at them defensively, and North Texas has been consistent. They're moving the ball around And they're getting good looks.
Everyone that has played offensively has scored for North Texas. That's always a great sign in a first half of play.
That's 8 players that have scored so far. Mims leaning in, adds to her totals. She's got 4, lead back to 10. And when you get balance like that, it's so hard to defend if you're Louisiana Tech.
Well, Louisiana Tech not having the kind of half they probably thought they were capable of, but now they want to worry about keeping this game under 10 points. They've got time to get to the locker room and make some big adjustments. Right now, they just don't want to see a big run.
Malone on the baseline on the low post, double team, still is able to put it up. It rims out, no good. Buckner down with the rebound.
Multiple moves, but couldn't buy the bucket.
It's one and done for Louisiana Tech right now on the offensive end. In the corner, Bradley is knocked down to the floor, and this will be a foul on Louisiana Tech.
Well, for Louisiana Tech, I think you wanted to back off there because it looked like that was going to result in a possible turnover. They reached in at the last minute. Watch Bradley lose her footing. I'm not sure you had to commit the foul there.
She was going to the ground, and Dixon, just being a little too aggressive, reached in and picked up the foul. The inbounds to Goodhart. It's a reset on the shot clock as well for North Texas. The pass, though, is lazy by Goodhart. It's deflected free by Anthony, but recovered in backcourt by Bradley.
No panic by Bradley after a telegraph pass. That, frankly, should have gone the other way for 2 in transition.
Shot clock, plenty of time for North Texas with 10. Up high, they lob down low for Buckner. Catches and scores it. Great entry feed, and Buckner finishes. It's a 12-point lead.
Consummate touch on the entry that time by Lauren Holmes. She couldn't have been more deft with the delivery.
Biggest lead of the afternoon right now for North Texas. Right side, Malone will take another 3, and this one's no good. Mims down with a rebound. And when Alexus Malone starts stepping outside and shooting threes, that's not a good sign.
Step back three is probably not what was asked for.
Ooh, she'll step in and over the top of Buckner and come away with it, but they're going to whistle her for the foul.
Could be some frustration coming out right now on the part of Malone. She's worked hard down low. She's tried to score from outside. And after that foul, they're going to bring her to the bench with 2 fouls. I think to cool off just a little bit.
Yeah, I think she was frustrated. And it was kind of a bang-bang play, but she certainly went over the top, and more times than not, that's just going to go against the defender. Buckner, baseline jumper, no good. Rebound cleared out of there by Dixon. And back comes Louisiana Tech. Dixon all the way down the middle of the lane. A blocking foul will be called as she went in hard, heading to the basket.
Pushing the pace, Amber Dixon, the freshman from Arlington, she gets the weak side board and then cycles up hard, and she takes it right to the defender. Holmes tried to get in there and get in position and actually gave it a pretty good ride, but
tried to set her feet, but didn't quite have the position. Dixon, she mentioned the sophomore from Arlington at Summit High School, was able to draw the foul. Underneath, it's Cleaver backing down the defender. Got plenty of space and scored it. She just was able to get her all the way to the basket and score it.
Well, a real slasher. She'll seal you high and has that drop step. If you don't seal it, she's going to deal it.
And with Malone on the bench, somebody's got to pick up the scoring slack in these final 2.5 minutes for Louisiana Tech. Deep 3 by Holmes is good. The freshman shows you the range, and it's a 13-point lead.
And not many freshmen are given that neon green light, but Jaylee Mitchell knows the capability, and that's a shot she doesn't mind seeing.
And she pokes it away. Bradley up with the steal. She'll take it coast to coast and lay it in. 15-point lead. Timeout, Louisiana Tech.
Yeah, the Louisiana Tech
from the floor. Louisiana Tech at just 36%. Points of the paint, +8 North Texas. Bench points, 16-3. The Mean Green outscoring Louisiana Tech. Dixon misses the jumper. Holmes down with a rebound. And the Mean Green looking to add to this big lead. Up top, Holmes had it, passed up the 3, had it poked free. Now McLeod comes from behind and has it. Ahead it goes to Anthony. She'll take it to the basket, leaning in, scores it, and she's fouled. Kiera Anthony, great move there. And that could be something that could settle down this Louisiana Tech team.
Well, and Anna McLeod credited with starting that. A nice job just picking the ball away from Lauren Holmes and starting it up the floor. And then what a finish. Look at this. Just a nice clean strip. She's on the ground when she gets it ahead. And Anthony then takes care of business against really a trio of North Texas defenders.
You know, we've talked a lot about Malone, but we haven't talked a lot about Anthony. She's a second-team all-conference player, averaging just over 14 points a game. And she's got 4 now in this contest. And somebody that Louisiana Tech can maybe lean on here to try and get a little offense going.
And again, we talked about that 10-point differential. You really never want to be outdistanced by double digits at the half. So these free throws are big. The clock is stopped, and Louisiana Tech just trying to manage that.
76% foul shooter. She knocks it down, so it's a 12-point lead. Exactly right. You want to get it into single digits. And here's some full court pressure put on in backcourt. Bradley is double teamed. And the pass deflected away. It's recovered by Smith. Still in backcourt. Got to get it across the line. The pass is deflected away again. And North Texas barely breaks the press that time down.
Yeah. Lucky really to have the ball in front court because the midcourt was getting really full of traffic.
10 on the shot clock. Looking to break down the defense. Driving to the basket is Smith. Off balance shot. No good. Down with the rebound is Cleaver.
Good moves to get open, but a poor shot.
Quickly in front court, Anthony driving in as it's stripped by Bradley. She recovers it, dishes off to Cleaver, puts it up and off the glass and in. And 5 straight quick ones for Louisiana Tech.
They've got it down where they want. They're creating havoc.
And they keep the pressure on. If you're North Texas, you don't want to kind of let this big lead you built slip away here late. Just over a minute to play, a 10-point lead for the Mean Green. And Louisiana Tech settling back into the zone again. Shot clock down to 6. Henderson lobbing for Buckner. Cleaver stepped right in front of it.
Yep.
3 on 3 the other way. Cleaver moves it right side. Stolle catching and firing a 3. It's no good. Rebound battle for Mims. Up with it for North Texas. She'll push it ahead.
Tough rebound, and then she outruns a couple of defenders to get it in front court. North Texas now needs a settling bucket.
20 on the shot clock. Oh, and that's a silly foul there by McLeod. A little too aggressive. They did have a foul to give, though. Team foul number 4, Louisiana Tech. McLeod's first.
You watch, she tries to anticipate here, and she's just late with the reach in. Instead of getting ball, she gets body.
So about a 4-second separation between shot and game clock here, and North Texas just going to dribble it up and try and play for the last look. Brittany Smith, the junior, takes it to the near side with 15 on the shot clock. Up top, it's Mims. Shot clock at 8. Right side, Henderson. Hesitates, back to Mims at the foul line. Takes the jumper, it's no good. Rebound battled for. Tapped around inside. It's still loose, and now a whistle and a foul with 4.7. And this one, I believe, is going to go against North Texas. No, it's going to go on Amber Dixon.
If you're North Texas, I think you're thinking pretty fortuitous call right there. Players scrapping, getting down loose, and with under 5 seconds left, it's a break, frankly, for the Mean Green.
Yeah, that's the 15th foul on Louisiana Tech. I mean, you just see the players going after the loose ball, and sometimes those are the hard ones where you're just diving after a ball and you get whistled for a foul. So this is a break, and 2 free throws here for Mims.
Officiating is a very tough thing to do, but sometimes you want to let those scraps for the loose ball just go.
And Mims takes advantage of it. A 60% free throw shooter hits the first.
She and Henderson have really kind of been shining lights in this first half for North Texas. Some bonus offense and scrappiness that has enabled North Texas to forge this lead.
Hits them both. Lead is a dozen. 4.7 seconds left. Anthony quickly in front court with 3, with 2. Anthony loses the dribble, and that will be how the first half comes to an end. Anthony trying to go too fast, just lost the dribble and lost the hand.
For Louisiana Tech, the team favored to win, the number 3 seed. Can they get the quick start they need to get back in this game?
Louisiana Tech basketball to begin the second half. In the third quarter, they move from right to left. North Texas playing man-to-man defense. Quickly underneath to Malone, misses it underneath. There was a lot of contact, no foul, and North Texas down with the rebound.
Looked like Bradley got there in time and used her athleticism to make the timing work. No whistle.
Louisiana Tech on the defensive end. Bradley a deep 3, no good. Mims down with the offensive rebound. And again, North Texas crashing the boards, continuing to pad their totals.
Well, I don't think anything's more demoralizing than a team that just continues to eat up the offensive glass and extend possessions.
Bradley driving. Loses the handle. Malone got a piece of that one, knocked it out of bounds. It's going to stay with North Texas.
Malone did a heck of a job there, and Bradley, I think, for a moment, really thought that was going to be out of bounds off of her.
I did too. I almost think that ball was blocked by Malone, and Bradley, her momentum was carrying it. We're going to look here on this block shot by Alexus Malone. She has her hands up the entire time. Malone,
watch the ball.
Block.
Yeah, at the top of your screen. It's probably fortunate for North Texas to hold on to the possession. Now let's see if they can make something work.
Bradley going to drive in on Malone, leans in, misses it, and there Malone down with the rebound. So Bradley's missed 3 straight here to begin this third quarter. Still a 12-point lead for the Mean Green with 9 to play early in the third quarter. Underneath Cleaver, double team. Can she pass out of it? She's in trouble. And the pass is knocked out of bounds by Mims. It'll stay with La Tech.
Good double team on the post there. And then Mims almost with quick enough hands to come up with the loose ball along the right baseline.
17 on the shot clock. Lang to trigger the inbounds in. Right of the hole. Tosses to Cleaver at the foul line. Works it in the corner for Malone. They give her that space if she wants the shot, and she'll throw it away. Right in the hands of Brittany Smith. Turnover number 7 for Louisiana Tech. Lead pass ahead to Goodhart. Lays it up and in and hung on the iron, but dropped. 14-point lead for the Mean Green. And in front court, pass thrown away again. Goodhart with another steal. North Texas with numbers, 4-on-2. Bradley splits the double to the hole and lays it in again.
What a flurry by North Texas. Right now, Brooke Storr is okay to let her team run offense, but one more turnover and it could be a timeout. Here it comes.
And there you go. Third straight turnover. This time Smith with the steal. Bradley in the corner driving it. Cut off there. Feeds it to Buckner, and North Texas will patiently take their time.
I think that's smart.
Bradley driving in. That one's a tough shot. It's no good. It's the side of the backboard. Loose ball, battle for on the floor. Held ball, arrow with North Texas.
Everything North Texas right now.
All the loose balls, the 50-50 balls, the whistles, it's all going to the team in black right now.
I think Brooke Storr's message right now on her bench is don't panic. Everyone remain calm. But right now, North Texas just taking command here.
This lead is ballooned to 16 quickly. And if you're Louisiana Tech, you do want to stay patient, but you might start getting nervous here as Mims scores it and she's fouled, kisses it off the glass. And the lead is 18.
Third driving bucket and second and one opportunity for Trina Mims. She's known as a ball stopper on defense, but today she has been a showstopper on offense. Look at this. She's using every bit of her strength, but also a nice little touch there athletically to get the roll.
She's got 9 in the game, and North Texas leads at 48-29, the biggest lead of the afternoon. And look at the score sheet. It's just balanced up and down for North Texas. They don't have anyone in double figures right now, but
they don't need it.
No.
Everybody's doing something offensively to get in the scoring column.
Right side, Lang underneath. Malone springs free. Challenged by Buckner. Misses the shot. You hear her frustrated a little bit. She didn't get the and one, but she will shoot 2.
Yeah, those rim mics picking up all the emotion on the floor.
It's been a tough afternoon for Malone. She will shoot 2. She's got 11 points. She's 4 for 4 from the line, but you know she feels like she probably should have a few more with the opportunities she's had. The senior from Oxford, Mississippi, a first-team all-conference player, a transfer from Buffalo, knocks the first one down. She's 5 for 5 on the stripe today. First point of the second half for Louisiana Tech. McLeod will check back in. Malone hits them both. Cleaver will lead. Lead is 17. And now here comes more full court pressure for Louisiana Tech. We saw the Mean Green struggle just a bit. And Louisiana Tech put this on. And there you see a near steal. Smith is doubled in the corner. Pass batted back to her. She recovers it. Bradley, lead pass in the front court goes to Goodhart of North Texas. Is able to break the press.
Good scissor passing that time to wind their way into front court and now get into the offensive set. But got to move now, 10 seconds.
Louisiana Tech in the zone. Mims driving on the baseline and hits it. Hanging in the air with the right hand. She scores it and's got 11.
Comes in averaging 5 points, 3 rebounds. She's been a March star here today for North Texas.
That's what March is about, unsung heroes. She is turning into one today. 19-point lead for North Texas. Mims, her career high and season high is 15. She's got 11 right now. Driving in, Malone muscles her way to the hole, misses the shot though, rebound. Picked up on the ground by Buckner. It's knocked out of her hands and out of bounds. North Texas ball.
Yep, the last one to touch it, Anna McLeod. That's a very alert play. Sitting on the ground, the ball comes right in your lap, but you keep the play alive. And
well, she tried to draw the charge. She was unable to. The ball went right to her, and the pass by Buckner was just knocked out of bounds by McLeod. North Texas ball. Mims catches, facing pressure defense. Texas is able to break it this time rather easily. Set the offense up here with a big lead. Driving in, a whistle and a foul will be called. Once again, it's Smith creating.
Louisiana Tech foul
Fouls
number
are starting to
24,
pile
Taylor
up
Staley.
on Louisiana
That's
Tech.
their first personal
First
foul.
on Staley, though.
Second, rated
The
10,
third
15
quarter
foul.
has started just like we picked up.
Well,
At the end of the second quarter, a 9-2 run.
you're seeing smart, heady play by players like Brittany Smith. She used her smarts there to decelerate and draw that foul. And she's a true point guard. She's more interested in getting her other players involved and making plays like that.
Inbounds to Buckner, catches and misses from inside. Loose ball battle for him. The loose ball foul is going to be called on Ontario Bradley.
Yeah, she gets caught in the middle of two Louisiana Tech players vying for the rebound. And
North Texas foul charge
timing
number
was not
23,
to her
Zoe
advantage
Albright.
that time.
That is her second
Second
personal
on Bradley.
foul.
Second on the mean green here in the
foul.
third quarter. But not the start. Head coaches Brooke and Stutz and Scott Stoll were looking for in the third quarter, a 9-2 run. And North Texas is enjoying their biggest lead of the day at 19 over Louisiana Tech. And a pass deflected away by Smith. Can't save it on the far sideline, but the hands defensively are everywhere right now for the ladies in green.
That was a big halftime lead. Now, the largest halftime lead for North Texas was 30 against Florida International, but throw that one out. That was an aberration. Having a 12-point lead in this tournament against a team like Louisiana Tech means something.
Malone hard to the basket, draws a blocking foul on Buckner, who went down again, and I think Buckner's trying to sell that hard, and the officials just aren't biting.
Unfortunately for Buckner, she's going up against an accomplished player that has the respect of the officials. Much harder to get that call.
That is her third personal foul.
Malone back to the line for two. That's three on Buckner now. He's going to have to lead.
Jaylee Mitchell trying to talk it over with the official, trying to plead the case of her defensive post player, but not getting anywhere.
Malone, league scorer for Louisiana Tech. She's got 14 now. Half of those points have come from the line where she's 7 for 7.
Jaylee not happy with the discussion she just completed with the official. You can see it. Both these coaches wear their emotions plainly on their sleeves. Pretty easy to pick out when they're happy or when they're upset.
Well, they've locked horns many times before as players, as coaches, and the intensity never dies down. Malone makes them both. Lead is 17. Full court press put on again. Bradley has it. Far sideline. Triple team. Throws over the top of it. Who's the open person? It's Deja Terrell to the hole. Layup is partially blocked on McLeod. And back comes Louisiana Tech. Lead pass. Brought down in front court by Lang. In the corner, Staley for three. Rattles out no good. Long rebound. Was out of bounds. It's off of North Texas.
Couldn't bring it in. That was a good three to take because it would have been a momentum swinger. And yet, three balls not falling for Louisiana Tech.
They're just 3 for 10 now from behind the arc. But they have it in front court. And the lob for Malone. Wide side of the lane. Tried to go right back inside for Anthony. The pass was deflected away, but she recovers it. In the corner, Anthony. Baseline jumper hits.
Used a big screen that time by Malone to get open in the corner.
Anthony can get going. Louisiana Tech is able to work their way back into this game. Crawled to within 15 with 4 straight. Still a lot of time in this game.
Absolutely. The point now is to just keep running your offense and hope to get some stops defensively.
Well, they're back in the zone look again. We'll see how North Texas attacks it.
Holmes is back in. She can be an attacker of the zone.
Holmes has it. High right side. Up top for Mims. Left for Bradley. In the corner, it's Goodhart. Shot clock at 4. Down low. Terrell turns with the right hand and scores it. That's a big basket there.
She had nice touch. No chance that was going to climb out of there because she flipped it up with a nice deft touch.
Deep three by Anthony. It barely draws iron. Long rebound. Saved by Bradley, but she traveled with it in the corner.
Yeah, she was pinned in there, hemmed in nicely by a pair of players. Anthony and McLeod made sure she didn't have any vision to where she could get the ball out.
Could be in the doghouse with that outfit. As out of the timeout, the inbound goes to Cleaver. She puts it in from the left.
Cleaver now with 7 points, and she uses that long body. She can slash to the glass. She'll be a tool here late in the game for trying to get some offense.
They keep the pressure on, and it works. Offensive foul. As pushing off was Adriana Henderson. She was double teamed, trying to just get some space. Sends the elbow, and it goes the other way.
Needed some help, and this is where the game can turn quickly coming out of a timeout. If Louisiana Tech employs everything they were told to do, they have a chance to chip away, and so far they're fresh out of the timeout.
I think now it's time to employ the kitchen sink for the Stores. They can't leave anything hanging. And down low, Cleaver spinning in the lane. Finally was able to get around the defense and scores it.
That was the kitchen sink of moves down in the low post, and back-to-back buckets down low now for the junior out of Elizabethtown, Kentucky.
Depth or balance, the lead is 13. Holmes is doubled. Passes out of it to Mims. Louisiana Tech on a bit of a run here. It's 52-39. North Texas still up by double figures, but things are getting a little bit tighter with 4 to go in the third. Mims crosses over, got around Dixon. Out it goes to Henderson. Dribble penetration. Boy, whistle. That foul is going to go against Louisiana Tech.
Oh, boy, 3 officials.
They all looked at each other.
Only one knew what they were going to call there. That could have gone either way.
I think they were waiting for one of the officials to just say, what call do you want to make? Because all 3 of them had their hand in the air waiting.
Well, the official on the baseline who would have had the best view of that ends up making the call, and I agree with that.
Yeah, official Talisa Green makes the blocking call, and that did appear to be the right call, and it goes against Louisiana Tech, so a fresh shot clock for North Texas. A high lob in the center court circle is brought down by Henderson on the inbounds. North Texas will set the offense. Driving on the baseline, Henderson around the D. The layup rims out, though, no good. And down with the rebound is Staley. And back comes Louisiana Tech. Chance to further slice into that North Texas lead.
Well, their goal right now is to make this final 3:38 of the third something they own. And if Louisiana Tech can do that, they'll be squarely in position for a great fourth quarter.
Lang up top for Anthony. She'll penetrate in. Elbow jumper. Partially blocked. Saved and bounced by McLeod. Couldn't do it. Just didn't have to. That was going to stay with Louisiana Tech because that shot was partially blocked, but you can't fault the effort.
No, and you just don't know. If you're trying to catch up with a loose ball, you're not sure. For McLeod, she's so rangy that she actually saved it, but then kicked it herself on the attempt.
Holmes double team. Wild pass brought down by Henderson, but she was on the end line. And again, this half-court pressure defense has changed the flow of things here late in the third.
Well, it just forces ill-advised passes. It forces passes that you guess on. Well, I'm going to try to loop it. You guess on. Well, I'm going to try to loop it over here, and I hope my teammates' athleticism can jump up and grab it. And suddenly you're throwing the ball out of bounds. You're landing out of bounds with the ball, and that's exactly what Brooke Storr, Scott Storr want. Create that havoc at the midcourt.
Well, it's worked, and they're slowly but surely clawing their way back into this game. Still a long way to go and a big mountain to climb. Malone's back in the game. They go in the corner now for McLeod. Penetrate into the paint. Pivoting in the lane. Tosses up high. In the corner now for Malone. Flashing down low is Cleaver. She wants it. Malone feeds Cleaver. She's got position on Bradley. Scores it. 6 straight for Cleaver. It's an 11-point game.
Keep an eye on Henderson for North Texas. She may have rolled an ankle inside trying to provide some defense. She's trying to walk it off.
Louisiana Tech's back in this game. The lead is cut to 11. 2:30 to go. And they're staying in that zone. Bradley with it way up top. She'll take a deep 3. It's not there. McLeod down with the rebound, and Bradley 3 for 12 from the floor in this game. A lob down low. Malone catches on the right block. Puts it in. Lead is single digits.
And I believe you're going to need a timeout here to talk things over. Let's see if that's what Jaylee Mitchell wants. It is.
Timeout. 8-0 run for Louisiana Tech. And they've cut the North Texas lead down to 9. And they've done it. Really, here comes the double on Smith. Passes out of it to Bradley. She penetrates into the lane. Little scoop shot is no good. Cleaver down with it. And Bradley is really struggling today. Just 3 of 13 and only 8 points. And Louisiana Tech with another quick defensive stop. Under 2 to play in the quarter. Lang will handle it. Goes to Cleaver at the foul line. Puts it on the floor. Driving on Bradley. Pivots in the lane. Tried to go underneath for Malone. It's stolen away by Terrell.
Good step in that time. And North Texas defensively getting back to what they had done earlier in this game.
How can they sort of get the offense back in gear? They haven't scored in the last nearly 4 minutes. They're taking the air out of the ball in this possession. Smith just dribbling up high.
Packed in 2-3.
They're pushing him to the perimeter. Mims lobbing. Backdoor cut by Bradley. Catches. Can't finish, but was fouled underneath. Nice little backdoor cut by Bradley and a great pass by Mims.
Well, it's all about the pass, and you got that 2-3. Now you start to spread it out on the wings, and North Texas doing a good job of trying to lull Louisiana Tech asleep. They almost got the perfect backdoor. Bradley, though, had some defense to overcome, as you see at the tail end of that, and couldn't get that to climb down They rolled off the rims, and now important free throws.
Bradley knocks it down. She's 3 for 3 from the line. 9.6 rebounds. Been a tough shooting afternoon for Terrio. Just 3 for 13. But a chance to get into double figures with this free throw. And that ends the Louisiana Tech run. And North Texas back in front by 11 now. Settles things down a little bit as well.
Well, that's what North Texas needed. Just kind of get it back where it's back to baseline basketball. They've been in control, but Louisiana Tech has no interest in that. They want to continue to make it hard.
Lever, hands off for Malone, layup no good from the left, but she's fouled. And probably the second or third time that Alexus Malone could have had an and one. They just didn't drop.
Well, that might be the difference in the way her line looks in this game as opposed to Alex Johnson in the first game we did. It's the ability to continually finish down low. However, Malone has been very good at the free throw line.
8 for 8 today. In 21 minutes, her production's pretty good. 17 points on the day. And now she's got 18. 9 for 9 from the line for a 75% free throw shooter coming in.
Number 33, Lauren Holmes.
Lauren Holmes returns to the lineup. Terrio Bradley's going to get a quick breather. 54-44. The Mean Green lead. Alexus Malone, the senior from Oxford, Mississippi, buries the second. 9-point game again. 1 minute to play in the third quarter.
A trio waiting at midcourt. This is going to be a trap.
Yep. Here comes the trap on Smith. She loses the handle. She's in trouble. Traveled with it. Lost the handle immediately when she came across the line. She knew what was coming and couldn't handle it.
Yeah, the way Louisiana Tech had it set up, she was walking right into the teeth of this disaster. And here she is at midcourt, right on the logo. And bang, there it comes.
Yeah, and that's where you almost have to ask for help. You could just see it coming. Nobody was there to help. So Louisiana Tech can further slice into this lead. It's a 9-point game right now with 45 seconds to play in the quarter. Around is Lang to the basket. Scoop shot up, no good. Malone, offensive rebound. The putback not there, but she's fouled again. And Alexus Malone back to the line for 2 more.
And Deja Terrell with an incredulous look on her face. Thought she had position, thought she had the arms extended and the feet planted. But we will see here. Look at this. She's got some position, but she leaned in just enough to draw that contact.
And the arms basically scraped Malone as she went up, and that's 2 more coming.
Every time you scrape Malone, you have to pay the price at the stripe today.
19. Make it 20 for Malone. 11 for 11 now. This is a 13-2 run for Louisiana Tech. The lead is 8 points. If they get this down 6 or 7 before the end of the quarter, the Stores, Brooke and Scott, got to be thrilled. Second free throw's no good. Held ball on the loose ball, and the arrows with Louisiana Tech.
Even when you get Malone to finally miss at the free throw line, Louisiana Tech has the presence of mind to get the tie ball and another possession. You just don't get many breaks when she's at the stripe.
No. Her first miss results in another possession. McLeod catches the inbounds and scores it from 5, and the lead is down to 6.
For North Texas, you're ready to get to that fourth quarter because the end of the third has been a train wreck.
Boy, they inbound it to Smith. She's doubled immediately, and a blocking foul will be called. Coming up the near side on Kiera Anthony. That will be team foul number 4, so they had a foul to give. The shot clock will stay off.
Louisiana Tech foul number 4.
Boy, the tough sledding trying to get the ball inbounds and up the floor.
That is the 15th foul. Excuse me, so this will be free throws for Brittany Smith. Kiera Anthony second, and 2 free throws coming. The Mean Green point guard. 60% foul shooter. On the day, 4 points. This will be her second trip to the line. She missed her only attempt earlier. This is 2 shots. First one up, way too strong. Boy, North Texas just coming to pieces right now, late in the third quarter.
Yeah, and these free throws can help you reclaim just a little bit of control heading into the fourth, but games swing this time of year, and right now it's swinging right to Louisiana Tech.
This is a 19-point lead for North Texas 7 minutes ago. It's down to 6. Smith makes the second, and so the lead is 7 with 22 seconds to go. Shot clock is off. Louisiana Tech can play for the last look here. Lang will handle it up top. It's Malone on the high side to Cleaver. Head fake with 10. They go down low. Malone in the low post. Looking for Cleaver on a backdoor cut. Hits her and she lays it in. 4 seconds to go as Smith races it ahead. Gets the shot off in time. It rolls and drops. Brittany Smith beats the buzzer. Oh, that is.
Mitchell's name always pops up because it's really been since she was a formidable star for this program that success has been documented.
But a great 4-year run with Jaylee Mitchell and Rosalind Reeds. That was in the late 90s and early aughts. North Texas with the ball. Goodhart. The elbow jumper from 16, too strong. Malone down with the rebound. Here comes Louisiana Tech.
No way to vie for the rebound when she owns that space.
In the corner. Hesitation by Anthony. Got to put it on the floor. Driving hard to the rack. Lays it up too strong. Offensive board by Cleaver. Goes to the floor. The ball's loose. Picked up underneath by Buckner. Ooh, might have got away with a travel, but it's going to be a held ball. Arrow with Louisiana Tech.
By actual rule, I think she definitely got away with a travel because you really aren't supposed to be able to move like that on the floor, but karma would ensue, and
the arrow gives it to Louisiana Tech. So one way or the other, that's probably the way it should have ended up. So it'll be an inbounds for Lang underneath the basket. Fresh shot clock for La Tech. Looking for Cleaver. They'll throw it up high for Anthony. 7-point North Texas lead. This game has gotten a lot tighter here late in the third, and as we begin the fourth, up top, it's Lang. They rotate it on the perimeter. Malone, she'll take a corner three. Short, no good, follows her own miss. Battling underneath with Buckner, and this time the arrow will give it to North Texas as they're tied up.
Alert play by Michaela Buckner. What a great follow of your own miss by Malone, but Buckner realized we just had a change of possession. If I can get in here and wrap her up, we're going to get the basketball back.
Alexus Malone, she's now 1 of 5 from three-point range. That's not her shot. Only taken 26 three-pointers coming into this game, and 5 of them in this one.
No, but she'd started doing it more down the last 7 games, so obviously she was given some sort of authority to try to start making that a part of her arsenal.
They're giving that green light to greatness. Under 9 to go, North Texas clean to a 7-point lead. Mims facing a 2-3 zone. Up high for Smith, trying to attack the zone. She runs into a double team and traveled with it. Ran right into Cleaver and stopped and shuffled those feet.
I'm surprised the whistle didn't come quicker because that was a clear shuffle inside the lane. And North Texas, well, they've got some things to clean up. Lucky to be holding on to this 7-point lead right now because Louisiana Tech has not taken advantage since we started the fourth quarter.
And that buzzer beater by Brittany Smith could be looming very large. Off a screen, Lang. Looks left, there comes Beck, middle of the floor. Back to Anthony on the right, driving on the baseline. Little floater up, hits the glass, no good. Offensive rebound by Malone. Hesitation, goes up, whistle before, and she traveled with it.
She's been so good on the glass, but I think she's expended so much energy that the focus sometimes is on getting the ball and then not taking care of business with your feet. And normally known for really good feet, that's a really costly turnover.
And Buckner, I think, helped her with that defense because she just couldn't find any room. More pressure in backcourt, and the double comes where Texas breaks it and they bring it ahead. They've got numbers, but Goodhart will slow it up.
Now, I think she was really waiting for the guards to get back into the front court rather than try to press anything. And I think that's smart right now. 7-point lead, 8 minutes to go. You want to be smart with every possession.
Neither team has scored here in this fourth quarter. 7:50 to go in the game. Terriel Bradley, long 18-footer, hits it. Terriel Bradley kind of struggled from the floor today. Comes up with a big one. She's got a dozen.
Well, sometimes that first one to hit from deep can unleash some more. And what a nice ball screen set by Buckner to create the space needed.
9-point lead again for the Mean Green. It's Malone working on Buckner inside, goes up, a lot of contact, and that's going to go against Buckner down low. That's been just a great battle between those two, but now 4 fouls on Buckner.
Buckner knows her battling is going to have to take a break right now, and she really showed her frustration as she gets knocked to the floor here, slides in. She's clearly the guilty party, but then just on the floor kicking and pounding the fist because she knows, I got to go to the bench.
Malone with 20 points today, 11 of 12 from the line. Here, you see that one is perfect. She has been almost flawless from the stripe today.
The only one she missed, her teammates were able to grab the rebound for her and keep the possession alive. So her ability at the stripe has been a big reason why this is still a ball game.
Louisiana Tech is 68% foul shooting team for the year, but as Malone hits them both today, they're over 90%.
Well, and imagine if she had just a bad day shooting it. What if she shot it at her average, 75%?
This would be a This would be a double-digit lead for North Texas, but it's 7 right now. Mims, near sideline, trying to work away from the double, does up to Holmes as Louisiana Tech stays in that 2-3 zone. Shot clock down to 8 for Bradley. Moves off a screen. Still up top for Goodhart. Got the defender in the air. Will take the 3 from the left wing. It's no good. Offensive rebound, though, taken down by Holmes, and the Mean Green will reset it.
Yep, and now what happens is you wish that Goodhart had splashed if you're North Texas, but you got the offensive rebound. You're using that clock as a big enemy of Louisiana Tech.
They got to play defense again for another 30 seconds. Bradley, head of the key. Reverses left for Mims. She'll take an 18-footer. It's too strong. Rebound that time, though, cleared by Staley for Louisiana Tech. Bookstore telling her team, let's go. We got to push it. Time is of the essence. Staley with it underneath for Malone, and why not? She'll get around the defense to the basket. Misses it, but she's fouled, and more free throws coming for Louisiana Tech on that dish off to Cleaver.
Yep. Post-to-post passing, really pretty that time. Cleaver wishes she could have finished it off.
Foul charge number 21.
Those two work so well together underneath.
That is their 4th personal foul.
And that's 4 now.
Second Mean Green team foul.
You've got Buckner and Terrell both in deep foul trouble, and still better than 6 minutes left to go. So North Texas is going to have to be real concerned about how they play it in the post.
Well, Cleaver, not a good foul shooter, and misses the first. Just 1 of 3 from the line. She's got 13 points, but 37% from the line coming in. They need these. Misses them both. Rebound battle for Malone. Comes down with it, and it's fouled on the putback. What an effort by Malone.
That is going to do it, it would appear, with Deja Terrell.
Right, she's very frustrated by that, but Deja Terrell is fouled out of this game.
Fouls on the Mean Greens, number 21, Deja Terrell.
Jalen Mitchell's pretty hot right now.
Yep.
Got to be careful here. And Alexus Malone is going to shoot 2. And we'll see what Coach Mitchell wants to do. Is she going to roll the dice and put Buckner back in or go small? She's going to put Jada Poland in, the sophomore from St. Louis.
She doesn't have many options, and going small is not going to solve the Malone-Cleaver conundrum. They're going to have to wipe up a bunch of sweat here. That's going to buy her some more time to walk down the bench. It is it's a pivotal moment in a game where Louisiana Tech has forced the issue to get back in, and it's hard to believe North Texas still leads by 7. It probably doesn't feel that way on their sideline.
This feels like it's a tie ball game right now. But Alexus Malone can make it a 5-point game with these 2 free throws where she has made a living today. She's 13 of 14 from the line. She's got 22 points. The senior buries it. That stroke is just pure confidence right now, and it's a 6-point game. One more coming. Louisiana Tech has not led since late in the first quarter. Malone makes it a 5-point game.
What an epic performance at the free throw line. 75% is a good average, but what she's doing today is incredible.
She's 15 of 16 from the line. In the half court, where Texas facing more pressure defense, Bradley double team. Lobs over to Mims. I almost feel like North Texas is just trying to outlast Louisiana Tech right now. And that's just not going to work.
Way too much time to be in that mentality. They've still got to finish off possessions.
Bradley leaning in. Off balance. Shot off the glass is good. Terry Bradley's got 14.
Now, it doesn't matter that it banked down. If you're Bradley, you just needed that bucket to roll.
Lead back to 7. 5.5 to go in this game. In the corner, it's McLeod down low to Malone. But why not? She's been nearly unstoppable. She'll work on Poland. Cross-court left to Cleaver in the lane. She's in trouble, but finds an opening and scores it. Cleaver has got 15.
Would have thought she was completely sealed off, and an excellent job really by Bradley. That's a very hard move to orchestrate, just piercing along the right baseline.
5-point lead again, 61-56. Holmes and Bradley playing catch. Louisiana Tech still in that zone, and North Texas just passing it around. Holmes is on the right. Mims is on the left. Bradley sets up in the center. Shot clock down to 5. They got to hurry. Mims takes a baseline jumper and hits. Couple of big possessions by North Texas.
Mims, the freshman from Muskogee, Oklahoma, having a great ball game.
7-point lead again for the Mean Green. Lang with it up high. They're going to go down low to Malone in the corner. McLeod open for 3. Hits it. big one for McLeod, and it's a 4-point game.
Second triple for the sophomore from Houston. She comes in averaging 5 points. She's got 8 today.
And the lead is 4 with 4.5 to go. Louisiana Tech trailed by as many as 19 early in the third quarter. They've almost made the comeback.
Buckner and Terrell on the bench with foul trouble. Lots of pressure on Jada Poland inside to produce.
Wonder when Buckner will come back in. Goodhart, right wing, will take the three. Too strong. Malone down with the rebound. And here comes Louisiana Tech on the push. Quickly into the front court. It's Lang. Looking inside, lobs. It's Cleaver down low, draws a double out to Malone, to McLeod in the corner, takes the three. Too strong. Rebound picked up by Goodhart.
That would have been a huge shot right down North Texas' nose. They dodged the bullet there on the wide open baseline, Jay. And there is pressure now to find a way to get points before some subs come in.
Under 4 to go. 4-point North Texas lead. Winner to the semifinals. Goodhart with it. Again, can North Texas attack this zone? They're just tossing it on the perimeter. Shot clock at 7. Bradley way up high with 4. With 3. Goodhart catches and fires the 3. It's off the mark. Cleaver down with the rebound for Louisiana Tech. And right now, everything's on the perimeter offensively for North Texas. And in backcourt, offensive foul on Kiera Lang, pushed off on Holmes. Oh, that's a big momentum shift right there.
Lauren Holmes is a freshman. That's a senior play right there. That is the kind of play that you only make if you really understand where you are in the ball game. That's a terrific play.
And with every possession counting, Lang was just trying to create some space. She might have sold it as well, but there was contact. And no, that is a big, big call right there. It's a North
climbing back into this contest.
North Texas ball out of the timeout after that big offensive foul on Louisiana Tech. Clock rolls. 3:20 to play. North Texas clinging to a 4-point lead. Trying to be the 11th seed to advance to the semifinals. Mims. When it catches Smith off a screen, it's Bradley trying to find some room, and they get to that zone. They just can't do it. Up high, it's Mims. Shot clock at 5. Between the leg dribble. Off to Goodhart with 3, with 2. Leans in. Off balance shot off the glass. Too strong. Buckner went over the back. Or is it going to be underneath against Cleaver? It will be.
I think Buckner, they will say, had a hand on the rebound, and Cleaver actually reached in. It could have gone either way.
Yeah, and if that was on Buckner, that was 5. But it's going to go against Cleaver. But it's a reset of the shot clock for North Texas.
Yep, you go under 3 minutes and you keep the basketball up 63-59. It's a tenuous lead at best, but at least you got the possession again if you're Jaylee Mitchell.
Can they find a way to attack this zone? They just haven't been able to do it.
No, and since Louisiana Tech implemented the 2-3, it's turned the complexion of the game around.
Yep. Mims to Bradley in the corner. Shot clock again, winding down. It's at 7, 6. Bradley against Malone. All-conference player against all-conference player, and Bradley draws the foul against Malone. Team foul number 3, so another reset and another 30 seconds on the shot clock.
Yeah, the time bleeding off, but when you're not adding any points, and the problem that time for Malone was she never really established anything. She kept bouncing along with Bradley.
And Bradley was leaning, and if Malone doesn't get herself set a little bit more, she just could probably let Bradley let the momentum take her out of bounds.
Too much shifting at the tail end.
Clock rolls. Mims going to drive it, wide side of the lane, off balance shot, no good, but a blocking foul underneath. And that'll be free throws coming. Cleaver hit with the foul.
North Texas certainly working hard, but also enjoying the whistles right now.
4 on Cleaver now, so keep an eye on that. And now big free throws for Trina Mims.
In a game where Louisiana Tech has owned the free throw line, here's Trina Mims with a chance to really add to the North Texas cause 15 feet away.
Mims first one up and in. 4 for 4 for Mims from the line, coming in a 60% free throw shooter. So we talk about what Alexus Malone has done. Look at Mims. She makes this. She has tied her career high.
She has played with intense written all over her face ever since she walked on the court here at the Star.
Sticks them both. Huge free throws there. North Texas extends the lead to 6. What can Louisiana Tech come up with as an answer? On the baseline, it's Anthony. Throws it away inside. It's tapped by Buckner, and North Texas with the steal.
All right, nice tip away there. And now you're going to roll under 2 minutes. Again, it's not an insurmountable lead, but you've got the ability to milk clock if you're North Texas. Jaylee Mitchell trying to shout out instruction from across the way.
Bradley takes it to the far side, just using clock. Keeps the dribble alive to Goodhart. Shot clock at 9. Goodhart. Hands for Mims. Back to Goodhart. Open in the corner for a 3. It's too strong. Long rebound. Picked up in the lane by Anthony. She's fouled by Goodhart.
Goodhart was close to delivering a dagger. As it turns out, she commits a foul that will allow Louisiana Tech. North Texas trying to get back and get settled in.
2-possession game. Bounce pass inside for Malone to Cleaver at the elbow. Holding up high. They lob for Malone. Working on Buckner. Puts it on the floor. Driving in. Runs into a double team. Splits it and scores it.
Buckner had to back off because of the 4 fouls. And Storr is going to take a quick timeout as she's gotten this down to a 4-point disadvantage. Quick timeout from the bench for Louisiana Tech. Watch this right here. Buckner can't get as aggressive as she'd like, or she's done. And knowing that, Malone just ducks in. That's a terrific play. And again, that's smart post
pass as Terrio Bradley will work it in. 1:28 left in the game. Bradley runs the baseline. Looking. Goes to Mims. Here comes the double. She's in trouble. Still in trouble. She needs help. She dribbles out of it, and it's fouled by Malone, who can't believe it.
I can't believe Mims was as patient as she was, but she did a nice job of just kind of relaxing despite the double team and getting a very important foul on Malone.
4 on Malone. So Cleaver and Malone both have 4. And now Mims to the line for 2 key free throws for Texas in the bonus the rest of the way.
Well, Mims has been money today on drives, on defense, and here at the free throw line. See if it can continue at crunch time.
5 for 5 from the line. She's got a career high, and she adds to it. 6 for 6.
She's in a bit of a zone right now.
Yep. A 60% foul shooter, but she has been flawless from the line today. Cleaver checks out. And Mims will get one more at 66-61. It's going to be a 2-possession game, make or miss. Second one, perfect. Oh, Mims just clutch at the line right now. Clock rolls. 6-point lead for the Mean Green. It's Lang up top for McLeod, down low to Malone, working on Buckner. Contact, blocking foul, and Malone will go to the line, and Buckner is fouled out.
Well, for Michaela Buckner, she's caught in that perfect trap. You know where it's coming. You're playing with 4 fouls, and do you go ahead and try to stop the drive? Frankly, the way Malone's shooting free throws, you know, you can't do much more than what Buckner did.
She had good position, but again, Alexus Malone, when she gets the ball that low and that deep, she's one of the best in the league. And there's a reason she's the first team all-conference player. She wants the ball, and she's been delivering every time.
So Michaela Buckner, who started 30 times on the season, will foul out here. The Garland Naaman Forest product.
This turned into a free throw shooting war. And both teams, neither one of them have flinched, but Malone misses that one.
She's tired. How could she not be? She's shot a ton of free throws. She's worked her body to the bone down on the low post. And between the shots and the work that she's done on the glass, she's got to be tired.
15 of 17 at the line today. Just her second miss, she makes that one. So it's a 5-point game. I think you're right. Malone has been just a workhorse down low. She's basically single-handedly fouled out Buckner and Terrell. And she's got 4 fouls of her own, too.
Full court pressure. North Texas must handle this. First, they got to get it in.
They get it in quickly to Mims, who's fouled immediately there by Staley. So Mims will go to the line, and I think this is going to turn into a war of attrition. And Louisiana Tech is going to try and extend this game out as much as they can. Mims back to the line. Career high 17 in the game. 7 for 7 from the line. North Texas as a team is 16 of 18 today. This is 2 for Mims. First one up, perfect. This is a freshman with the season on the line, knocking these free throws down.
A lot of talented youngsters playing for Jaylee Mitchell. She's trying to make a move this year. First winning season in 12 years. What would this win mean to the North Texas program?
Huge. Second one for Mims. Perfect. Lead is 7. It's a 3-possession game now. Clock rolls. Lang off a screen. Up top, McLeod catches and fires a 3 and hits. Lead down to 4.
Third 3 for the confident, deep-range shooter.
Goodhart Hands over to Smith, loses the handle, a loose ball, and a whistle and a timeout, I believe, is taken from the bench. And they give it to her.
Timeout's taken right before a turnover would occur.
Ooh, that was close. There was a loose come from Smith, just to the left of our position on the near side. Tosses to Mims. She will be doubled immediately. In some trouble. Almost loses the handle. She does, and there's a steal for Louisiana Tech, but we got a whistle and a foul. What's the call?
Foul or a 10-second call?
It's 10 seconds. The shot clock is at 20, so it's a turnover either way, but Louisiana Tech didn't want the whistle because they had a clear path to the basket.
That's right. Nope, they're a look of exasperation on the face of Coach Snorer. Yeah, you've got the clock winding down.
Oh, that turnover came before the 10 seconds. Although she did have the handle on it, it was very close.
They wanted transition points.
Well, they had an easy layup, but they're going to get the ball back with 48.8 seconds to go. The inbounds to Malone. Clock rolls. Kicks it over to Lang. Works it to Staley. Down low, it's McLeod. Got around the defender. Lays it up. It's too strong. Goodhart down with the rebound. She'll dribble away from the pressure and then be fouled.
Big seal-off by Grace Goodhart. Not known as a rebounder. Just 2 a game, her average, but that's a very important carom to corral with under 40 seconds left to go.
McLeod got around the defender and missed an easy one.
Yep, that's one that you're counted on to make. But, you know, the pressure of the moment, sometimes you squeeze the ball, you release the ball just a little bit too hard or too early.
Goodhart knocks the first one down, a 66% free throw shooter, but North Texas to this afternoon, 19 of 21. That is 90%.
Boy, you want to bottle those kind of days up because they just don't come along that often.
70-65, Goodhart nails them both. 2-possession game, timeout Louisiana Tech. 36.7 to go, and it's a 6-point lead. And you feel like if you're North Texas, you just need one more stop.
Right. And, you know, you look at free throws. They've been big for both teams today. Court.
A lob goes underneath for Malone on the inbounds. They throw it up high for Staley. A step back three. It's partially blocked by Goodhart. Down with the rebound is North Texas. Poland has it, and she's fouled. And that's the stop you needed.
Jada Poland, limited minutes, but because of foul trouble, has to come in at a big time in the game. She does a really good job cutting off Malone and then ends up being in the middle of the passing lane to pick up the loose ball.
And Poland will shoot 2, and that is it, I believe, for Kiera Lang. She is fouled out.
Watch Poland get to this loose ball and then bang.
Yeah, Goodhart got a piece of that one initially, and Poland was there. As the ball was sloping down, she was able to handle it. Now she'll shoot 2.
See if the magic continues at the stripe.
Well, it doesn't. And they need this one because it's still a 2-possession game. Poland, 55% foul shooter on the year. 31 seconds left. That just feels like an eternity, the way this final 2 minutes is played out. Makes the second, though.
Pressurized free throw for a young lady who's come into this game only in the 4th quarter.
Quickly into the front court. Louisiana Tech loses the handle. Staley picks it up. She'll drive to the basket. Layup is good. And a timeout's taken by Jaylee Mitchell before the inbounds with 23-1 here today. On the far side, it'll be Smith to work it in for North Texas. Into Bradley and fouled immediately. And that's who you want on the line for North Texas.
Couldn't have been fouled quicker on the reach-in by Kiera Anthony.
Well, fouls are piling up. Kiera Anthony, she's got 3, so she's got a foul to give. But Bradley, an 83% foul shooter, heads to the line for 2.
This is where you break out the hammer and the nail and you start trying to pin down the coffin and close it completely.
14 on the day for Bradley. 4 for 4 from the line for the junior. Free throw up and in. And this is the big one. It's a 2-possession game, no matter if she misses. If she makes it, 3-possession game. And with 22.8 seconds left, that's going to be a pretty tough challenge for Louisiana Tech. Terrio Bradley knocks it down. 7-point game. Dixon quickly in front court for Louisiana Tech. Kicks it out to Staley. looks for space. Instead, going to take it to the basket. Driving, lays it up too strong. Back tap by Malone. Out to McLeod. Up high. It's Anthony. 9 seconds left. Anthony driving in. Layup good with 6.5.
Lots of time leaked out of there, and then Louisiana Tech has to settle for a 2, not a 3. So North Texas really kind of won that advantage.
Possible. It was.
You would know.
The inbounds to Bradley. Clock rolls 5. 4.2 before she's fouled by McCutcheon, who came in to be the designated fouler. Bradley can ice this one for good. Yeah, the program that Jaylee Mitchell inherited had pretty much scraped the bottom, and it was a tough rebuild. And 3 years later, Jaylee Mitchell has got this thing headed in the right direction.
Well, you want to be a program like Louisiana Tech with their 27 NCAA appearances, 13 Final Fours, 8 title games, and 3 titles. That's what you want to be in women's basketball, and that's what North Texas is trying to do with an upset here today of Louisiana Tech.
Yeah, this is a tradition-rich program that North Texas is going to knock off. 76-69. Final timeout taken by Brooke Storr, but it's a 7-point game. And North Texas fans can feel it right now.
Well, the quick start that North Texas needed was achieved. You knew you were going to get a great effort from Louisiana Tech, and you did. But North Texas should be credited with showing the kind of maturity as a program to handle this kind of a game. When you have it
out there on this floor, and if you're Jaylee Mitchell, you just tell them, don't foul.
Saw some pretty good highlights there from North Texas. Terry O'Bradley. Great effort across the board. So many contributors for the Mean Green that I'm sure the head coach, Jaylee Mitchell, will talk about in her postgame press conference.
No doubt about it. Dixon looking. Got to work it in. Finally does to Staley. A deep three-pointer. Short. Ball rolls out of bounds. It's off of North Texas. Half a second left. So this one's going to be in the books.
You just need to back up. You don't even need to be in the front court at this point if you're North Texas. 0.5 of a second. Not much can happen here.
Dixon will just throw it to Staley. She'll fire it at the buzzer. The three's no good.